Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas, guys. Happy Hanukkah, happy holidays. Aaron Leaf Green, the Green Sidekick. Okay, so this will be my last Sunday recording until the new year. So obviously next Sunday is Christmas Eve. The Sunday after that is New Year's Eve. So it'll be the Sunday after that. Just before we get into it tonight, I still have some digital gift vouchers still available. It's 25% off a normal reading, a 30-minute reading. So if you are struggling for a last-minute gift idea or stocking stuffer, feel free to contact me and grab one of those. They will be valid from next year onwards, which is only like, as I just said, like 2.5 weeks away. That's kind of scary. Okay, so choose your Santa Claus. The first one, the second one, or the third one. And I will put the timestamps up now, and let's get into it. Okay, guys, if you chose the first Santa Claus, I'm just starting a timer so I can keep an eye on the time. This is your reading. Excuse me. Okay, so your overall card is positivity and positive energy. So there's a lot going on at the moment. It's like the hard work and all the anxiety and stress and worry that you've been feeling is starting to turn into, well, this is why I did it, so that I could have this great Christmas, this great time off, this great result of a project that you've been working on or working towards. Okay, so there's a lot of positive energy, not just in yourself, but around you and the people around you. You could be inspiring people with positive energy. Okay, the first card over is the prosperity card upside down. Now obviously we're at that point of the year where money is probably at the lowest, because we have been Christmas shopping and present shopping and shopping for food and well, I'm not exactly a fashion guru. That's actually not part of my gay gene, unfortunately. I haven't unlocked that yet. But a lot of people are out there buying new outfits, and, you know, it is just a time of spending, okay? So money is going to be low at the moment, just around you. Don't stress about it, okay? It's just because of the whole Christmas period. Now, a lot of us do budget for Christmas, like with Christmas clubs, or we know it's coming, so we start putting a little bit of money aside here or there, or start buying presents early. All great. But even if you've done it that way, even if you budgeted for Christmas, still with all the money going out, it is very easy to go, oh my god, I'm back to square one, I'm broke again. We're all feeling it. Everybody feels that way. Even if you've got money still in the bank, it is just a time of money going out rather than money coming in. Now, money does come in the form of presents and stuff like that, so it might replenish a little bit, but the overall message about money is not to stress, not to worry about it, okay? It's going to be totally fine. I've got the travel card and the movement card here. So yes, we are talking about travel. It's, again, anytime travel comes up towards the end of year, it's very easy to say, okay, you're going to travel to see this person, or you're going over here, or doing whatever, going on holidays. Yep, great. Apart from that, there is movement here. So this is kind of like I was just saying, you're moving from the stress and worry and the anxiety and build up to Christmas into the fun part where everything's done and you can kind of relax, and you're moving on to the, okay, you know, I've pretty much got everything. You might have a couple of things here or there, but overall, whether you're there now or just about to be, you're about to move into the part where you can relax and enjoy yourself, okay? So stop stressing. Again, don't strive for perfection because it's impossible. There's no such thing. Just do the very best you can without breaking yourself. That's very important. The next card over is the love and romance card, okay? So there may be love and romance on the card, at meeting somebody at a Christmas party or at a party or something like that. Yep, great, fine, fantastic. There may be somebody there romantically, but it is more about the love of holiday and Christmas and building bonds and, you know, just strengthening what you already have, creating new bonds with people. There's just a lot of love around this time of year around people, okay? If you are in a romantic, if you are in a relationship, this is a time of reward. It is time of good things happening, feeling closer and all that good stuff. But just in general, there is a lot of love around. Just around your own people, but around society in general at this time of year. So keep that in mind. Now, the next card over, you've got the blessing card. It has excuse me, it is upside down, but that's okay, because it isn't a negative. There's no negative with this card. It's the very best card you can get in my deck of cards. And the blessing being upside down is there's a blessing and it's very close. Okay, so there is something just around the corner that's going to be a great blessing for you. And it could just be Christmas goes off without a hitch. New Year's Eve goes off without a hitch. No massive problems, you know, everybody's happy. There's no family dramas, and you might get the perfect present. You know, there's a blessing for you there. The other thing with this, with the negative tinge, which I am going to throw out to you guys, but you've got a very positive reading here. There is a negative thing with this blessing card being upside down, in the sense of a blessing in disguise. So you might get bummed that a person can't actually make it to Christmas, and you're really upset by that. But it's a blessing in disguise, because that person's got a drinking problem at the moment that you might not know about, and would ruin Christmas. I'm using that as an example, but there is a bit of a blessing in disguise. So if you are let down or hurt or a little bit raw about something in the negative sense to do with Christmas, or what's around you at the moment, because this isn't just about Christmas, it's about life in general, just be understanding that if something does go wrong, there may be a reason for it that you'll find out at a later date. Okay, everything happens for a reason. The next card is the pregnancy card. So look, the pregnancy is normally about birth and something, there's about to be a great new experience, and all of this is true. It's like you've been pregnant all this time, and Christmas is your birth, like you're having the birth of the baby. So it's a time of celebration, new life, and all of this great energy. It actually is talking about, I feel like it's talking about that you've done so much work towards Christmas and all of this stuff, that it is going to pay off, and the time of celebration is at hand. Okay, it's a very positive thing. Wow, what a way to end your reading. There is negative energy here. Now, I put this card in my deck because I also deal with the magic thing, and spirits, you know, psychic attacks and all the negative stuff that's out there in the spiritual world. Now, when I'm doing a reading like this, it doesn't normally pop up, because I'm not about to say, okay, you've all got a bad spirit around you. No, but this is kind of, there is a negative energy around what's going on at the moment. There's a dark cloud on the horizon. There's something that you need to watch out for. Okay, and it could simply be that there is a conflict between family members, or a conflict between friends, something that's brewing. Just keep an eye on it. If you can avoid it, if you've got any energy left to be able to put into that and try and, okay, well, these two people aren't getting along, so I'm going to put them on opposite sides of the room and as far away from each other as possible, and I'm just going to keep a mindful eye on what's going on, then definitely try and do that. Because I don't feel like that this negative energy is in the form of somebody's out to attack you or to destroy your Christmas or cause a problem, but I just feel like that there may be one or two, maybe even more people around you that are bubbling with anger at the moment, or frustration or something, and it could erupt. So just keep an eye on that. If you're expecting people to be on their best behavior for Christmas, I'm sure that people are going to be on their best behavior, but you still need to be aware that it is quite possible for people to explode. So just keep an eye on it as much as possible. Okay, guys, well, I'm going to leave it there. I just want to thank everybody that has been watching all year. I look forward to a new year, next year. I've got some other stuff planned. So yeah, I hope to see you there. Have a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Holidays, and just try and relax and enjoy what comes next over the next couple of weeks. Hi guys. Okay, so if you chose Santa number 2, this is your reading. Okay, so my camera just fell down, or my video camera. Hi guys. Okay, so if you chose Santa number 2, this is your reading. Now, the first card out is the sex card, and it's upside down. So this is for your overall reading. Now, look, there might be lack of sex, lack of lust and all that over the Christmas period, because there's a lot going on. There's going to be a lot of food involved, a lot of eating. Libidos are probably going to be on the downside, but apart from that, the card itself actually is about desire. Okay, so it is kind of upside down, as in it's not going to be a desired outcome for you, what's just ahead. As in, it's not saying that it's going to be, you know, the total opposite. It's going to be a mega disaster and all things bad. No, it's just going to be like, oh yeah, it would have been, it's a good day, except for that happened. Like, if that didn't happen, it would have been perfect. So it is kind of like, it's, it could be that you have holiday or Christmas, and your brother turns up with the new girlfriend that you really don't like and didn't want to invite, and there she is. So it's not the worst thing that can happen, but it would have been better if he didn't bring her, considering they've been dating for 2.5 days. I'm using that as an example because, as far as I know, my brother is... Hi, bro. Okay, so anyway, it had nothing to do with my family, and just metaphor. Okay, so the first card out is the work card, alright? Now, I feel like that this is to do with the work that you've been putting into Christmas, to the holiday period, to this time off, to the end of year, okay? I still feel like you have work to go. I still feel like there's... like, the card itself is very volatile, and I feel like that there's still a lot of motion, a lot of needing to get things done. So if you haven't, in all polite, in the most respectful way possible, if you haven't finished Christmas shopping and Christmas, all the stuff to do with that, and your holidays, if you're dragging your ass, it's time to pull your finger out of your ass and get it done. Otherwise, you're not going to. Okay, so you need to dig deep, get that energy, and get it done. Unfortunately, you know, a lot of people feel like, oh, I hate Christmas shopping, and I hate having to buy presents and blah, blah, blah. Most of us feel that way in general, but we still do it. It's called being an adult. It's called being part of society. It's called, suck it up, princess. If that is your internal thing, we need to do it. Having said that, don't go overboard. Don't buy every Tom, Dick, and Harry that you know a present. Buy for the people that are close to you, that you care about, and genuinely try to buy them something that they will enjoy, rather than just getting a present. And that's where a lot of people go, oh, I don't know what to buy. Sit down and have a think. It's hard for everybody, but it's part of the process of getting a gift, is taking that time, not only to buy the person that you care about or love a present, but to the time to stop and think about what that person means to you and what you've been through and what they like. That's all part of gift giving. Okay, we all have to do it. Moving on, there is separation here. So look, I wouldn't be surprised if there was some sort of falling out around you at the moment. Unfortunately, I'm really sorry, but there is like a split in the way. It's almost like somebody's having a temper tantrum. Go, you know what, screw this, I'm not doing it, or I'm not going, or I'm whatever. Now, my whole shtick is that I don't judge. Everybody's an individual. Everybody has different motivations for what they're thinking, how they're feeling. So here I am, like, no judgment, okay? So it could be you, it could be somebody around you, but it is this kind of, I'm not doing it, I'm not going, whatever, okay? So I'm just pointing that out, that that's a thing, and moving on. I've got the home card here. It is upside down. So the home card is about wishes coming true, working out perfectly, everything click, 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 click. This is actually upside down. Again, it's like, this isn't just magically this problem isn't going to magically solve itself. You're not going to get everything handed to you on a silver platter. There is work to be done. So going back to the work card, there is work to be done. You still need to pull that thumb out of your ass and get things done. And if it's not you that's dragging your feet, if it's people around you, then you need, again, pull the thumb out of your own ass and get them motivated to get out there and do it. Otherwise, separate yourself from the problem. If you're in a partnership and you're doing all the work and somebody else is dragging their feet, well, To me, that's not a partnership. That's you doing all the work and somebody dragging their feet. Point that out, because it might be time to have a discussion about priorities around this time of year. Good. Okay, oh, God. Transformation's upside down. So it is kind of a lack of transformation, a lack of change going on here. It's kind of like the situation is what it is and it's not going to change. I hope that makes sense, because that's a very individual comment for people that are watching. However, I do feel like if you don't work your ass off, if you don't push yourself or the people around you right now to get things done, then it's not going to get done. That's the overall message here. Like I said with the work card, if you don't push yourself to get it done, it's not going to get done. You could potentially dampen or sadden or fuck up somebody's Christmas around you that you genuinely love and care about. So try as hard as you can, as hard as you really can, to get everything done. Okay, I've got the health card here. Excuse me. So this is upside down. It means purification when it's upside down. Cleansing, getting rid of the negativity, burning away all that's bad and leaving what is good behind. So this is hope for me. If this was a one-on-one with an individual person that I was reading for, I'm like, look, there is this need to get everything done and you're in a bad headspace and you need to get over that and move forward. This purification card would say to me that this is good. This shows that you are going to shed that, let's call it laziness for lack of argument, and you're going to come out swinging and go like, nah, I am going to do this. I've had a lot of support and a lot of love from people this year, and I want to show that. I want to make it a good day for everybody else. I may not be into Christmas, or I may not be into this holiday, but the people around me really are, and I need to show that to them. So there is that purification there, which is a really good sign. So it's a glimmer of hope here. So to me, if you just have that conversation with yourself and psych yourself up, you're going to be able to get it done. The last card here is the older man card. So this is kind of like you've hit rock bottom, you've gone through all this crap before, you're pulling yourself out, you're going to pull yourself out into a positive headspace and be able to get it done. Okay, so there, like, again, pick yourself up and you'll be able to do it. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up there, but I am just going to say thank you for all the love and support this year, with the videos and everything else. I will be back in the new year, so not next Christmas Eve, then New Year's Eve. I'll be back the week after. I've got a lot planned for next year, so I hope to see you then. Have a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Holidays. See you then, guys. Bye. Hi guys. Okay, so if you chose the last Santa number 3, here we go. Okay, your overall card is the springtime card upside down. It is a time of, normally the springtime is a time of fruition where the hard work pays off. This is kind of like, look, I really want to be honest. I feel like that this is kind of, you've done a lot of work, you've put a lot of effort in, and it might be that you can't see the results of that just yet. There may be feelings of, you know, wow, I made such a great Christmas and such a great effort, and then people turn up and just don't give a shit. It's just another day being dragged out of bed. I don't want to be here. There may be feelings of that. Don't let that bring you down. Okay, I know that a lot of people go into the effort of Christmas and holidays and all of that for all the right reasons, to make it great and beautiful for people. And if they're too selfish or self-absorbed to actually see how much work and time and effort you put in, that's on them. Don't let it dampen what you're doing, and enjoy it for yourself. Just be like, well, you can be grumpy, but it's Christmas Day, so I'm going to look forward to lunch, or I'm going to have a wine, or whatever you want to do. Okay, now I don't want to bum you guys out. I'm not saying that you're going to have a crap period ahead, but I am feeling like you're not going to get as much credit as you deserve. And it might only just be from one person and everybody else loves what you're doing, but there is that feeling there, okay? I've got communication here and it's upside down. So I do feel like that there's a bit of a cold shoulder, there's a bit of misinformation, there's a bit of lack of communication. So around this, I'm feeling like there may have been somebody that you've forgotten to buy a present for. I'm going to hit every one of your anxieties right now. I just realized there's going to be somebody that you forgot to buy a present for, somebody you forgot to invite, somebody you forgot to speak to, or, you know, there's just something there that's that you've forgotten. And look, you know, it is a time of year, we all go through that. We are so focused on not forgetting somebody that we always forget somebody. So it is kind of that whole situation. So look, I also feel like that if you've got out invitations to come to Christmas lunch or to come to a Christmas party or whatever, the people that you haven't heard from by now, I feel like you're not, they're going to be a no-show. Okay, so to me, if you're trying to contact somebody to have a catch up with over Christmas, if you haven't heard from them as of yet or in the next couple of days, then I would just be like, okay, they're not coming. So just leave it at that. I've got the card of the older woman card here, which is reflection. Okay, now the way the cards have fallen, which are different than what you see on screen, the next card's actually overshadowing part of this card. So all I'm seeing is the woman. It's supposed to be a time of reflecting on yourself and your surroundings, but it's not about yourself. It's actually the reflection of everything around you. Is everything done? Is everything perfect? And I'm feeling like you are double checking your list to make sure everything's done. And even though I just said you may have missed somebody on the list, I feel like overall everything's done, and you should be able to sit back and look at everything around you, your decorations, your Christmas holiday plans, all of this stuff, and be like, I've done such an amazing job. So there is, pat yourself on the back here. Okay, now I'm going to go back to the communication card for 2 seconds and say, I don't actually feel like you've missed out on somebody with a present or communication. I actually feel like you've invited somebody, or you've sent out a Christmas card to somebody and you haven't heard back. And from that's the lack of communication there. Okay, because the more I'm talking about the present or forgetting somebody, it's actually no, you've got everything ticked, everything's great. Now the next card over is the mind, body and spirit card. So this is, oh my god, I feel like that you're in a very good, very well balanced place at the moment with Christmas. You've got everything sorted, and you might not feel it, but I'm telling you right now, that's what the last card was about. Realize that you have got it all covered and that you are in a good space. So this balance card, I'm telling you, you are actually in a good space. You've got everything done. I do want to say to you that the next card is the winter card. It is protection card. So this is like, first off, it is a reflection of Christmas, you know, the stereotype of a white winter, a white Christmas and the snow. I've even got a reindeer in the card. Okay, so I do want you to look on the bright side of Christmas and all those holidays and all of that, but it is also a bit of a card of protection. Okay, so it is kind of having your guard up a little bit. So again, this could be just be aware that some people might not feel Christmas. A lot of people don't get into Christmas. It's just, yeah, look, it is what it is. Some people just don't feel it. So be prepared that, you know, that person that's grumpy all year, that turns up to Christmas, is still going to be grumpy. So just be prepared for that, okay? It might not be as perfect as you're expecting. Having said that, the next card is the marriage card, and the marriage card is perfect union, perfect partnership, perfectly done, everything's perfectly paired. I feel like that this is, you've done your best possible job and everything is going to go perfect. So these little worries that I keep picking up, they're not about you, they're not about your plans, they're not about anything that you've done. It's just individual people around you may be having a problem here, there, or everywhere. So it is kind of like you've done as best as you can. If somebody has a problem, then it's on them. It's their problem. It's, you know, like I said, if you've got Mr. Grumpy that is grumpy all year, and you're like, oh, but it's going to be such a great Christmas, and he turns up and he's grumpy, then you're like, you can't blame yourself for that. That's on that person, not on you. Okay, you've done everything perfectly. Now, the final card here is the life lesson card, and it's upside down. So I am going to say to you that there is a little bit of learning for you to do over the next couple of weeks, the Christmas period. And I think it's kind of around the whole, like I said, like I always say, you don't strive for perfection. Perfection doesn't exist. You can just do the best you can. Or that's all we can ask, is that you do the best you can, the best we can. Now, this life learning lesson is kind of like, I feel like you're going to be very satisfied, very happy with what you've done. I feel like you're going to be very proud of what you've accomplished over the next couple of weeks, the whole Christmas thing, the holiday, whatever. But somebody is going to be trying to harshen your buzz. Somebody is still going to be a downer around you. And I feel like the learning here is that, no matter how hard, it's not no matter how hard you try, you're not, it's never going to be good enough for some people. I mean, well, that is true, but that's not a reflection on you, it's a reflection on them. And that's what the learning here is. I feel like that you're going to draw a line in the sand and go, well, I'm enjoying myself and I did a really damn good job. And if you're going to be grumpy and have the shits all day, well, that's on you. Take it elsewhere. And I really feel like that is a really big step for you. And I really think that is the lesson to be learned. Now, it might take you a little bit of time to get from where you're feeling to that point of walk away, because I'm not going to let you spoil my day. It might not be as easy as that, normally isn't, but that's the learning process that you need to go through here at the moment. Okay, so yeah, that brings me to the end of it. Guys, I just want to say thank you for all the love and support this year with my channel and with everything else. I look forward to the new year. I've got some new things planned, so I hope to see you then. Have a Merry Christmas, a Happy Hanukkah, and Happy Holidays.